has no plan to impose VAT on private universities, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at ethnic meeting. ECNIC approved 16 development projects, including Bangladesh Television Broadcasting System, modernization, digitalization and automation projects. Attackers of Dhaka University Vice Chancellor's residence must be brought to justice, says Ubaidul Qadir. "72% candidates got appointment from merit quota in last 3 BCS exams, shows government statistics. US President Donald Trump promises forceful US response to alleged chemical attack in Syria. And 14th Asia Cup cricket to be held in United Arab Emirates instead of India. Assalamu alaikum, this is Kimi Arin welcoming you to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chittagong Center.
And I'm Nafis Imtiaz. When you've just heard the headlines, we have details of those and other stories coming up. But the government has no plan to impose value-added tax, VAT, on education, including private universities. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said this while presiding over a meeting of the Executive Committee of the National Economic Council, ECNEC, held at the NEC conference room at Sher-e-Bangla Nagar in Dhaka today. At the meeting, ECNEC approved 16 projects involving more than 15,600 crore taka, including a project to improve transmission infrastructures for evacuating power from the Rupur nuclear power plant. Central broadcasting system modernization, digitization and automation of Bangladesh Television project first phase is one of the approved projects. A briefing reporters after the meeting, Planning Minister H.M. Mustafa Kamal said of the approved 16 projects, 15 were new, 1 revised. The project to improve transmission of infrastructure for evacuating power from the Rupur nuclear power plant will cost 10,981 crore and 74 lakh taka. The other projects approved at the meeting are the enhancing of skills of public administration for attaining sustainable development goals project, constructing and renovating the rail line with a signal system for the Rupur nuclear power plant project, establishment of Sheikh Hasina Textiles Engineering College at Shilchor in Madaripur, establishment of labour welfare centres at Narayanganj Port and Kalurghat in Chattogram, having work as women hostels and 5-bed hospitals, rendering sustainable social services in the Chittagong Hill Tracts areas, protecting Ulonia Gobindapur area under Mehendiganj Upazila of Borishal district from the erosion of Meghna River, urban infrastructures development project, land acquisition for establishing sewage system in Khulna city project, upgrading district highways with due standards, or rather 2 due standards, and with Kumilla zone project, development of district highway from Thakurkona of Netrokona to Kolmakanda, reconstruction of 10 affected bridges and 1 culvert on the Elenga Bhuapur Char Gabshora road, and upgradation to regional highway, upgrading Goripur Kochua Hajiganj road of Jatpur district to due standard, BTRC building construction project, and construction of Dhaka Central Jail at Karimganj, 3rd revised project. Reiterating a firm belief in democracy, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina said it is the people who will choose the government. She said this while newly appointed French Ambassador Marie-Annick Bourdeau called on her at the Shongshan office in the capital this evening. Briefing newsman, Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Ihsanul Karim said during the visit, Sheikh Hasina said her government had been making efforts to give democracy an institutional shape, though the history of Bangladesh had not been pleasant after the brutal killing of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, in 1975. He said all bilateral issues, including the Rohingya, climate change, economic cooperation, power and energy sectors came up in the discussion. The newly appointed French envoy expressed solidarity with Bangladesh in fighting terrorism and extremism. She also expressed the government's keen interest to work together with Bangladesh on climate change issues. Two bills were passed in Parliament today. The bills are the Buddhist Religious Welfare Trust Bill 2018 and the Christian Religious Welfare Trust Bill 2018. Railway Minister Mujibul Haq moved the bills in Parliament. Earlier, the sitting of the House resumed with Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry in the chair. In the question and answer session, Liberation War Affairs Minister A.K. Muzammil Haq told Parliament that the process of finalisation of the martyrs' intellectuals list is underway. In replying to a question, Liberation War Affairs Minister told the House that the process of increasing a freedom fighters' allowance was also in the works. Replying to a question, Agriculture Minister told Parliament that the government had taken a plan to provide irrigation to agricultural lands that had been without irrigation. Responding to another question, Agriculture Minister told the House that the country now had 85,77,500.55 hectares of cultivable lands. The report of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Cantonment Bill 2017 was placed in Parliament. Besides, the Law Minister placed the Constitution 17th Amendment Bill in Parliament. Later, the bill was sent to the Parliamentary Standing Committee concerned for scrutiny. The sitting of the House will resume in the afternoon tomorrow.
Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obadul Qadir has said those who will be found guilty of the barbaric attack carried out at the Dhaka University Vice-Chancellor's residence will be brought to trial. He said this to the newsmen after visiting the Dhaka University Vice-Chancellor's residence today. Social Welfare Minister Rashid Khan Menon, Dhaka University Vice-Chancellor Professor Muhammad Akhtaruzzaman, Dhaka Metropolitan Police Commissioner Muhammad Asaduzzaman Mia, Awami League Organizing Secretary A.K.M. Inamul Haq Shamim and Central Working Committee member S.M. Kamal Hussain were present among others on the occasion. Obadul Qadir said the prestigious Dhaka University, which is dubbed as Oxford of the East, came under dreadful attacks in 1971, but the VC residents escaped it. Even in the last 47 years since independence, such incidents did not take place, he added. The minister said they would look into whether anyone is out to catch fish in bottled water. Obadul Qadir said none would be allowed to create instability in the country in the name of waging movement for the government job quota system reforms. Information Minister Hassanul Haq Inu has urged the students to keep faith on Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to meet their demand of quota system reformation. He made the call while addressing a press conference at the Information Ministry in the Secretariat today. Hassanul Haq Inu strongly condemned the violence conducted in the name of movement. He claimed that there is political instigation behind the peaceful movement of the students. Dhaka University Teachers Association DUTA has demanded quick trial of the perpetrators involved in the vandalism of DU Vice-Chancellor's residence in the early hours of Monday. DUTA President Professor Dr. A.S.M. Maksud Kamal was addressing a human chain held in front of Opera Geo Bangla of the campus today, protesting the vandalism at Vice-Chancellor's residence. DUTA also thanked the Prime Minister as Awami League General Secretary Obadul Qadir yesterday said the government would examine the existing quota system by May 7. Condemning the attack, DU teachers demanded proper investigation into the matter. They also claimed people who carried out the attack on the residents of the VC were outsiders. Quota system in government service is not new in the country. It's specifically stated in the Constitution of People's Republic of Bangladesh. According to the government statistics, 77.4% candidates got appointment from merit quota in 33rd BCS, while 67.49% in 35th BCS and 70.38% candidates got appointment from merit quota in 36th BCS. According to a recent Gazette of the Public Administration Ministry, the government fills in the vacant post of any quota for merit. It's a permanent system. Senior Secretary of the Public Administration Ministry, Dr. Muzammal Haq Khan said, "It's not true that the meritorious candidates are deprived in existing quota system." He said, "The government is considering the demand of the university students of quota system reform with highest importance." Dr. Muzammal Haq Khan expressed hope that a positive solution of the crisis will be met within next 1 month.
And now, international news. US President Donald Trump has promised a forceful response to the alleged chemical attack in Syria, as Western leaders consider what action to take. He told reporters that the US had a lot of options militarily. He added that a response would be decided shortly. Mr. Trump said the US was getting some good clarity on who was responsible for the incident in Duma on Saturday. Medical sources said dozens have been killed in the alleged attack, but exact numbers were impossible to verify. Mark Zuckerberg has been preparing for his biggest test yet as Facebook chief executive, facing not one but 2 congressional hearings. Some view these sessions as little more than political theatre, a chance for politicians to be seen on TV berating the rich and powerful. But the marathon sessions scheduled on Tuesday and Wednesday will throw up far more. Mr. Zuckerberg will inevitably be grilled on data privacy, with a particular focus on the Cambridge Analytica scandal, and he will be expecting some hard questions on election interference, as well as his own and the future of Facebook.
The second International Conference on Disability and Disaster Risk Management will be held in Dhaka from 15 to 17 May 2018. Disaster Management and Relief Minister Mufazzal Hussain Chaudhry Maya said this at a press conference at the Ministry's meeting room in the capital today. The minister said Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's daughter Saima Wazir Hussain will also attend the function. Secretary of the Disaster Management and Relief Ministry Shah Kamal and senior officials of the ministry were present in the press conference, among others. Mufazzal Hussain Chaudhry Maya said about 2,000 local and foreign participants would join the inaugural session, while more than 500 will join each session during the conference. Meanwhile, representatives from 17 countries have already registered the names for taking part in the conference, while the intending participants can get registered by April 25, he added. World Bank will provide a loan assistance of $450 million to Bangladesh for implementing a project titled Enhancement and Strengthening of Power Transmission Network in Eastern Region. World Bank will also provide $65 million to Bangladesh as loan assistance to implement insurance sector development projects. In this regard, 2 loan agreements were signed by Economic Relations Division ERD Additional Secretary Mahmouda Begum and World Bank Country Director Kim Yao-fan at ERD in Dhaka today. Dhaka City Jashud formed a human chain in front of the National Press Club today, protesting attack on Norshingi District Jashud President Jaidul Kabir. Coordinator of Dhaka City Jashud Mir Hossein Akhtar chaired the program, which was also addressed by Jashud General Secretary Shirin Akhtar MP, Standing Committee members Shah Jikrul Ahmed and Nurul Akhtar, and Vice President Shahidul Islam. The speaker strongly condemned the attack on Jashud leader Jaidul Kabir and demanded arrest of the culprits.
And now news from the world of sport. The United Arab Emirates has got the opportunity to be the host of the next Asia Cup cricket that was originally scheduled to be held in India. The tournament is likely to be played from September 13th to the 28th of September. Political tensions between India and Pakistan have been cited as the reason for the change. The ACC deliberated the matter and decided that this was the best way forward, said Asian Cricket Council and PCB Chairman Najm Sethi. This year's Asia Cup will feature full members India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. The sixth team will be determined through a playoff that includes UAE, Hong Kong, Nepal, Singapore, Malaysia and Oman. And now before we end the news, let's take a look at what's making the headlines here. The government has no plans to impose VAT on private universities, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina at ECADC meeting. ECADC approves 16 development projects including Bangladesh television, broadcasting, television modernization, digitalization and automation projects. Attackers of Dhaka University Vice-Chancellor's residence will surely be brought to justice, says Ubaidul Qadir. "72% candidates got appointment from merit quota in the last 3 BCS exams, shows government statistics. US President Donald Trump promises forceful US response to alleged chemical attacks in Syria. And 14th Asia Cup cricket to be held in the United Arab Emirates instead of India.
That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our next news at 11:30 in Bangla. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.
অগ্রযাত্রায় বাংলাদেশ সামা রাখতে পারব না।
সুপ্রিয় দর্শক, প্রবাসী প্রিয়জন অনুষ্ঠানে আপনাদের স্বাগত জানাচ্ছি। বাংলাদেশ এবং